Here's another battle report from me and James. This time we're doing a 2,400 point battle. I'm using my Empire, which I've not used for about a year. James is using a combat heavy Skaven force, so you should see something different from the both of us here. I've got Pope on a War Altar, Capitus, level 4 Life Wizard, BSB, Warrior Priest, 25 Greatswords, Horde of 40 Swordsmen, Flagellants, Steam Tank, can't knock, can you? 10 Handgunners, and then Mortar, Cannon. My Life Wizard rolled Earth, Blood, Regrowth, Throne of Vines, and Flesh to Stone. James's army, we got
level 1 Engineer, level 2 Engineer, BSB, Warlord, Honor, Bonebreaker, Rat Ogre, Queek, Poison with Mortar, Bunker of Clan Rats, 23 of them, 40 normal Storm Vermin, 39 of Queek's Elite Storm Vermin, 8 Rat Ogres with Packmasters, 1 Cannon, 1 Hell Pit, and 5 Gutter Runners.
On his level 1 he got Death Frenzy, on his level 2 he's got Crack's Call and Warp Lightning. We've not put the terrain out, we've rolled for it though. We got a hill, building, 3 Blessed Bulwarks, an Altar of Cain, we're using that as, Wording Well, and then Earthblood Bear, was that?
Yeah, it's fine.
That was it, not much terrain, so I'll get back to you in a bit when we've set the table out. Right, so this is how we deployed. We rolled for a random scenario. We got Watchtower. We actually do Watchtower a little differently around here because it, well, Watchtower's a bit boring if you're playing against undead and stuff. You get in there, you never get the buggers out. So we actually play it with the Blood Forest. Also says in the rulebook you can do that, so it's not really changing the game too much. So that's the Blood Forest we got for Watchtower. And this is how we all deployed. It's very much a line up and smack each other in the face job, I suppose, but what can you do? His scouts are down here in the corner, and that's the battle lines. So should be an interesting game. Game on. Report to you at the bottom of, oh, hang on, let's see who gets first turn. You can see he's on a 6, can't you? Yeah. Can you? No, you automatically get first turn. Yeah, okay. See at the bottom of the turn. Well, yeah, end of his turn 1. Right, so that's the end of James's first turn. He progressed up with the Gutter Runners here, took out my cannon in the shooting phase. A bit of shuffling up round the back, his Storm Vermin blocks all marched forward into the mirror and got regen saves. Magic phase, he tried Warp Lightning on my handgunners in that building there. I dispelled that and then he stopped, so I stored 2 dice in my Rod of Power. Cannon fluffed. Well, it hit the steam tank, but only at strength 4, so it didn't wound it, still needing 6s. And that was it. So, my first turn. Okay, that's my end of turn 1 there. They marched forward my great swords. Everything else kind of shifted up a little bit more. The steam tank went for generating 4 steam points. Just moved forward a couple of inches though, saving 2. Everyone else shifted forwards. He activated the Storm Banner at the start of my turn, so my Capitus had to march up to that point there. In the magic phase, Capitus tried to steal a spell from the level 2 in that unit there, but fluffed it. I rolled 12 for the power dice, so went for casting the Unbreakable Prayer, and he dispelled that. Then I got the 4+ ward save off on my BSB from the general in there. I also got Flesh to Stone and Earthblood up on that unit, and then using the bound spell I cast Baronas on this steam tank. The Storm Banner didn't help too much against my shooting phase. Both mortars were still able to fire. One missed, the other one thinned out a bit of Queek's Storm Vermin unit there. The handgunners then managed to get another one, and that was pretty much it. So James's turn 2. Currently no one in control of the Blood Forest. That was the end of James's turn 2 there. His Hell Pit is wandering off up here for some reason. I've yet to figure out why. The Rat Ogre's just shuffled about a bit. The 2 Storm Vermin block attempted to charge my Flagellant unit. Both rolled pitifully poor. I think one got a 4 and one got a 3 and fluffed it, so they're sat up there. Magic phase, he dispelled the Unbreakable and the 4+ ward save I had on the Warrior Priest and my BSB that had been cast on them. He then went for a warp lightning on my Capitus, but I dispelled that, and then I saved the 3 dice I had left in the Rod of Power. Shooting phase, his warp lightning cannon misfired, and then decided to take a chunk out of that unit there. And that was his fantastically awesome.
Killed the mortar with the gutter runners.
Oh yeah, sorry, of course. Yeah, the gutter runners killed the other mortar, so I'm down to 1 now. And that's it. My turn 2. Okay, that was the bottom of my turn 2. An eventful turn, I think. Generate 5 steam points on my steam tank, which went from there with Barona's Time Warp for a whopping 30-inch charge on those poor little rat ogres up there. These guys shifted round a bit. My Flagellants charged that unit of Storm Vermin. My Capitus flew over the top of that unit there. Magic phase, again with the Rod of Power, I had considerably more dice than James. I cast the Unbreakable spell on the Swordsman unit, got Throne of Vines up as well. Everything else he dispelled though, so he stopped all of that.
Use my scroll though.
Yeah, using his scroll, that's all gone. And steam tank charge up here, killed a rat ogre and a couple of pack masters. In return it took a wound, so not overly bothered. It was quite funny. The Flagellants got absolutely spanked, but then in return slapped 10 or 11 Storm Vermin off, so thank God for Unbreakable. And that was my turn. James's 3. Currently still no one in the Blood Forest though, because everyone's too scared to get in case it gets moving about and starts hurting stuff. Bit more eventful for James that turn. Help It charged my Greatsword unit. They reshuffled around, did debunker with his wizards and stuff in that point that way. Nothing much else happened. Magic phase, he attempted to dispel the Unbreakable on my unit here and fluffed it. Nothing else happened, I don't think. Oh, you tried to cast a Warp Lightning at my Capitus, but I dispelled that.
I haven't cast the spell yet.
What the cannon fired and then it got stuck, so that didn't do anything. The mortar killed 5 of my swordsmen off. Then in combat he managed to get 4 wounds on my steam tank before, well, he can't attack this turn, and he killed 10 of my great swords off there, but I scored 2 wounds back in return and stuck about because I'm stubborn. And it's coming on to my...
Just finished the flaggies there.
Oh yeah, and he finished the Flagellants off there, whipped them up. And now my turn 3. Still no one in control of the Blood Forest. Bottom of my turn 3. Generated 2 steam points on my steam tank and thankfully passed, so it did its job up there. No charges were done. I reshuffled round on my War Altar, so he's facing around. That was it. Magic phase, got Throne of Vines back up because he dispelled it straight away. I then managed to get a regrowth off and heal 5 of my great swords up, and then Barona's Time Warp from the War Altar's Eagle. That was that. Shooting phase, the mortar killed a couple of the rats in the Queeks unit there. The handgunners tried to take a pop at the gutter runners down here, missed, didn't do anything. Combat, steam tank managed to roll 6 impact hits with the 2 dice it had and killed them off, and they panicked and fled. Down here, because the Hell Pit was on, can't remember which barricade it is.
Bulwark.
Yeah, Blessed Bulwark, that's it. It's half initiative, so with my Always Strikes First and Always Strikes Last meant I was hitting first at initiative 3. With Always Strikes First, 15 attacks into it, scored another 3 wounds. It then killed a couple back, killed the 5 I resurrected plus 2 more. I passed my stubborn to stick about, so I should hopefully have that next turn. Still no one in the Blood Forest. This is turn 4, it could potentially end at the bottom of this turn, so backing up. That was James's 4. He attempted a double charge again with the 2 Storm Vermin units. Both again rolled pitifully. Highest roll was a 4 again between them both, so they both fluffed it and sat over there. Not much else happened then. Magic phase, he cast Cracks Lightning, Warp Lightning even, sorry, on my BSB irresistibly, hit him with it, caused a wound on him. Then rolled a 6 on a miscast chart, which hit him again and caused another wound on him and killed 5 of his own guys. He nearly panicked from that as well, which was funny. His Hell Pit and his Warp Lightning cannon there took a shot at my War Altar, hit them. Warlord to pass its ward save, however my Pope is now dead, bless his soul, he's gone. So no more light spells for me this game. The Help It died in close combat, again thanks to Barona's Time Warp, yay! Killed it, and then it made 3 rat swarms, so it's not getting back up, thankfully. That was that. Oh, and his guys here killed my mortar in close combat. They charged into it and murdered that. My turn 4, let's see if I can get hold of this, it could potentially end now, so back. Okay, my 4 even that was. My swordsman block charged the unit of storm vermin that was stood over there. Steam tank didn't generate any steam points because I totally didn't want to risk dying. He's only on 6 wounds now, so he could be dead soon. My Pope moved into there. We forgot to do that combat. We'll do that in a minute. Not much. It's going to be pretty much a murder, I think. Pope moved into the forest. Magic Phase came around. I cast Earth Blood on that unit and Throne of Vines. I forgot we were actually sat in the Blood Forest at the time, so that got up and wandered off down here a bit more, which is beneficial to me. Although the front end of my Pope wagon is now sticking out the end of it. Shooting phase, my handgunners in this building took a pop at the bunker unit with his wizarding up there. Killed 5, they panicked and fled. And then in combat, these guys kicked the snot out of his storm vermin unit, which have now also panicked and are fleeing. I would have caught them, but he gets that extra 1 inch because he's Skaven, and they overran into that mortar just there. So,
see if it ends.
yeah, on a 6, game over.
Yep.
Oh, it's over. That's it. I win. I'm in there. Thoughts of that game, James?
Well, I had 1,000 points worth of storm vermin that spent 3 turns trying to charge, needed a 7 for both of them in 2 of the turns and they didn't get in. A 300 character in there that didn't get into combat all game, and I tried this unit of rat ogres. I think there was 8 in there initially with a warlord on a bonebreaker, and they just die too quickly. Toughness 4, no save, just don't get it done. Still not sold on a Help It. I know it didn't go into the best unit for it, but even without flaming attacks, I'd rather have a Doom Wheel and save 85 points for chaff. But I was just trying this combat heavy army just to see how it performed, and not very well. The swords, the Empire standard stuff from them, the great swords, did what I thought they'd do. My gut runners did well again, killing all 3 war machines by 10-4, I think, which they always tend to do.
Yeah,
that,
they're awesome.
And the usual war alter steam tank. It was just a case of me trying to avoid them and feed them a couple of bits. But
my list was a bit more filthy than yours.
Yeah, the way I'd done my list, I didn't really have chaff to put in their way. But as I say, it was just an experimental list. I'm going to bring some slaves next time and block them. But yeah, no, it was a good game.
Bit quick, but there we go, all done. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.